guys! So if you watched the VGAs or you were looking on game news sites, you would know that Dark Souls 2 was announced last week with an announcement trailer. This caught me actually completely by surprise. I didn't think they'd announce a new game this early, but here it is. So it's taken me a while to figure out my thoughts. Firstly, I was like, yeah, awesome, but then there was a couple things said by the director, I think, that was like, But I just wanted to compile a list of 5 things which I think that they could improve on from Dark Souls and Demon Souls to make the game more refined. Okay, this first one is not actually a change, but more a continuation of the gameplay from Dark Souls and Demon Souls. I definitely do not want this game to be easier than it was before. It needs to be exactly the same difficulty or even harder. That's fine, as long as they're not making it easier to make it more accessible, whatever they want, because that will completely ruin the charm of these games. Anyone that's played them knows that the game would slightly be ruined if it was any easier than it was already. There's a quote from Software which said it was going to be more straightforward and understandable. I hope that doesn't mean it's easier, but it's kind of like a translation error or something like that, because completely ruin that part of the game. Also, I think the core gameplay mechanic where you progress, if you die you lose your souls unless you get back to your bloodstain, should also not be changed. Again, difficulty of the game, stay the same. Okay, number 2. So the straightforward and understandable part, well, I hope it's not about difficulty. Maybe it's to do with kind of the confusion with the menu systems, the covenants and items and stuff, what things do. Now that kind of thing I think they can improve on a little bit, not to make it too straightforward that everyone understands it, but right now, like, for some things you need to look it up on the internet to kind of figure out what's happening, otherwise you're going to stuff up your character or something like that. So if the more straightforward part means fixing it up just a little bit, I think that would improve the game. Number 3 is the story of the games. Now, some people are on either side of the fence on this. I'm in favor of them increasing the storyline of the game to actually make it understandable. Some people say that like the items and everything tell the story in a kind of secretive way, but I would rather if they had a story that at least you could follow a little bit. Like, all I know from Dark Souls, I paid no attention to what was happening, like go ring some bells, go open a gate, something else happens. I have no clue what the story was. The point of it was you just continue going forward and you make your own fun and story behind that with your character. But I would rather them to have just a little bit of clarity into what was happening with the story. Okay, number 4 is the multiplayer of the game. So multiplayer, if you haven't played Dark Souls or Demon Souls before, it comes in the form of messaging, so written things on the ground. You can summon people to help you and people invade you. For the messaging, I think it can improve. I found the messaging more useful in Demon Souls. It came a bit less useful in Dark Souls. I'm not sure why exactly, but I just found it that way. If they can advance the messaging system so you can say a bit more stuff that is customizable, not like praise the sun, even though that was the best thing of the messaging there. If they can make it a little bit more precise to either guide you on your way better or trick you better, I think that'll improve without them making it so free that people can write obscenities everywhere. That wouldn't be good for the game either. With the invading, I think that should stay exactly the same. It's always scary when you're playing and someone invades you and you're not going to know when they're coming out. But with the summoning, I reckon they could again make that a bit more clear as to how to do it. And I'm not exactly sure right now how I feel about them making it say you could play with your friends. Like, when I was playing Dark Souls personally, one of my friends, I was summoned to his game a couple of times to verse some bosses, and it took us a while to be into the same server to do it. I know you're not supposed to play with your friends, but it's inevitable. But I don't know if they should make that easier or if they should leave it the same. Tell me your opinions on that actually. And lastly, a bit of a cosmetic thing. I think they can improve the graphics a bit. The game itself, Dark Souls, was beautiful, but in terms of kind of the atmosphere and like the color scheme and stuff that they used to make it, but the graphics themselves wasn't that great. So I reckon they can polish that up a bit, and as well the character animations, some things looked kind of weird, where like sometimes you get hit and you're supposed to slide back but your feet would still both of them be on the floor or something like that. So I reckon they can again just refine that up a bit to make it better for Dark Souls 2. So tell me your opinions of Dark Souls 2 in the comments below. I'm really interested to find out what other people think. If you've liked this video, you can like it and you can subscribe up there. Okay, I'll see you guys later.